Cyclonic storm Vayu intensifies into a very severe cyclone likely to make the landfall at Gujarat coast tomorrow morning with wind speeds ranging up to 160 kilometers per hour. Over 3.5 lakh people being evacuated to safer areas. Prime Minister Modi says the centre is closely monitoring the situation and he is constantly in touch with the state governments. West Bengal unit of the Bharati Janata Party holds a massive demonstration in Kolkata protesting the lawlessness in the state. The BJP protesting the killing of the party workers in the post-poll violence in the state. The state administration uses water cannons on the protesters. The Indian Space Research Organisation announces date of launch of Chandrayaan-2 mission to take off on 15th July in the wee hours at 2:51, while the rover landing on the moon on 6th September. The ISRO releases first pictures of Chandrayaan-2. Absconding businessman and PNB loan defaulter Nirav Modi's bail plea rejected by the London court. This is the fourth time that his bail plea has been rejected by the court. Prime Minister Modi to chair the first meeting of the reconstituted Council of Ministers today. The Prime Minister to also hold a meeting of the Union Cabinet. And in the Cricket World Cup, wicket-keeper batsman Rishabh Pant to fly to England as a backup for injured opener Shikhar Dhawan for the Indian squad for the World Cup. Dhawan had suffered an injury to his thumb during India's match against Australia and is likely to miss the next 3-4 matches. Pakistan elects to bowl first after winning the toss against Australia. Openers Finch and Warner give the Aussies a solid start. Hello and good evening. You're watching Doordarshan News with me, Nancy Kohli. Our top story: the Met Department has said that the cyclonic storm Vayu has intensified into a very severe cyclone. The cyclonic storm Vayu is likely to make landfall at Gujarat coast tomorrow morning. The landfall is expected to come with a wind speed ranging up to 160 kilometers per hour. The cyclone is also likely to cause heavy rainfall in the coastal districts of Gujarat, along with storm surge that may cause inundation in the low-lying coastal areas of Dwarka, Porbandar, Junagadh, Diu, Gir Somnath, Amreli and Bhavnagar districts at the time of the landfall. And the Gujarat administration is on a high alert to deal with the cyclone. Over 3.5 lakh people have been evacuated to safer areas.
सुबह 6 बजे से लग रहा है कि तूफान आ रहा है, करंट दिखता है, लग रहा है कि तूफान आ रहा है। सरकार ने कल से हमको अलर्ट किया हुआ है कि 13-14 तारीख तक दरिया में नहीं जाने का। होली को हमने सब नाव को खींच लिया है ऊपर।
And Prime Minister Modi in a tweet has said, I quote, praying for the safety and the well-being of all those affected by Cyclone Vayu. The government and the local agencies are providing real-time information, which I urge those in the affected areas to closely follow, unquote. Prime Minister Modi also tweeted, I quote again, that the central government is closely monitoring the situation arising out of Cyclone Vayu in Gujarat and other parts of India. I have been constantly in touch with the state governments. The NDRF and other agencies are working round the clock to provide all the possible assistance, unquote. The National Disaster Response Force will airlift 12 more teams from INS Rajali and Patna to serve the people of Gujarat and Diu before, during and in the aftermath of the cyclone. Meanwhile, the Home Ministry is in constant touch with the state governments and the concerned central agencies.
The 6th Battalion of the National Disaster Response Force reached Viraval last night. We have with us the team leader, Mr. Mahendra Thakre, to tell us about the preparations of the National Disaster Response Force in Viraval. So can you tell us what actually is the preparations that you have done here in Viraval?
बेसिकली आज जैसे कि स्ट्राइक लास्ट लेट नाइट होगा या अर्ली मॉर्निंग हो सकता है वायु का, तो हम प्रिपेयर्डनेस उससे पहले कि लोगों को इवैक्यूएट करेंगे आज कलेक्ट्रेट के मार्गदर्शन से, उनके गाइडलाइन पे हम जैसे लो लाइन एरियाज़ में जो भी डेंजरस जोन में लोग हैं उनको इवैक्यूएट करके सेफ जोन में लाएंगे। और उसके बाद हम अवेयरनेस करेंगे वहाँ पे साइक्लोन के बारे में लोगों की, किस तरह आपको अपनी जान बचानी है, क्या क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना है। और देन अगर स्ट्राइक होता है नाइट में और मॉर्निंग में तो हम रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन के लिए तैयार हैं।
आपका टीम में कितने टीम्स इधर वेरावल में पोस्टेड है और बाकी जगह पे कितना है?
वैसे गिर सोमनाथ डिस्ट्रिक्ट के लिए 2 टीम हमें एयरमार्क की गई, एक ऊना में एक वेरावल में है। बाकी नज़दीक के जो कोस्टल एरियाज है सभी जगह सभी टीम अपनी डिप्लॉयड है और अपना इवैक्यूएशन का वर्क जारी है।
आप कल रात को जब आए थे इस वैन के साथ आए थे, आप मेरा कैमरामैन को रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा ये वैन को दिखाएं। इस वैन पे क्या क्या इक्विपमेंट आप बता सकते हैं, क्या इसमें क्या क्या आप इक्विपमेंट लेके आए जो इस रिलीफ ऑपरेशन में मदद करेगा?
हाँ, इसमें बेसिकली हम 3 तरह के इक्विपमेंट ज़्यादातर कैरी करें। जैसे फ्लड इक्विपमेंट, अगर भारी बारिश होती है फ्लड आता है तो वहाँ से लोगों को रेस्क्यू कर सके, इसके लिए हम इन्फ्लेटेबल बोट्स हमारे पास है। उसके बाद कटिंग इक्विपमेंट, जैसे रोड ब्लॉक, बिजली खंभे या पेड़ गिरते हैं तो हम रोड को क्लियरेंस कर सके और यातायात पुनः सुरक्षित कर सके, उसके लिए हमारे पास कटिंग इक्विपमेंट्स भी है। और रोप रेस्क्यू, फर्स्ट एड सामान भी हमारे पास है। विक्टिम अगर इंजर्ड होता है तो उसको फर्स्ट एड देके हम फर्दर ट्रीटमेंट के लिए भेज सकते हैं, और किसी विक्टिम को रोप से अगर रेस्क्यू करना है तो उससे हम रेस्क्यू कर सकते हैं।
आपका भी ये जिस तरह का बताया, पहले आपको पास इन्फ्लेटेबल बोट्स भी है पीपल को इवैक्यूएट करने के लिए, लेकिन आप कल रात को पहुंचे हैं। अभी इसके बाद आपका कार्यवाही क्या है?
अभी हमारा आज बेसिकली यही टास्क है शाम तक कि हम इवैक्यूएट करेंगे लोगों को, जैसे कलेक्टर साहब निर्देशित करेंगे कौन सा एरिया में मिलेगा वहाँ से इवैक्यूएट करके लोगों को सेफ जोन में जाएंगे, और डेंजरस जोन के लोगों को हम साइक्लोन के दौरान आपको करना क्या है ये बारे में हम जागरूक करेंगे।
The cyclone is expected to cross the coast tomorrow early morning or between in the Porbandar Mahua region, and hence there are a lot of NDRF teams are being deployed in these areas to help the district administration in evacuating people and also protecting people from Cyclone Vayu. This is Sensationalizing for Doordarshan News from Veeraval.
And the Maharashtra government has said that in view of the cyclonic formation Vayu in the Arabian Sea, coupled with high tides on 13th, 12th and the 13th of June, all the beaches in the Konkan region, that's Palghar, Thane, Mumbai, Raigad, Ratnagiri and Sindhudurg, may be shut off to the public immediately for the next 2 days. Moving on now to some other news, the West Bengal unit of the Bharati Janata Party is organizing a massive demonstration program in Kolkata today. It has been organized in the protest of killing of the BJP supporters in the post-poll violence in the state and the alleged lawlessness. The protests are against the alleged misrule of the state government and its inefficiency to stop the post-poll violence across the state. The Bharatiya Janata Party alleges that till now 84 people have been killed, while the state government is rejecting the claim.
ममता जी के कारण हो रहा है, ममता जी की गैर जिम्मेदार बयान के कारण हो रहा है। जिस प्रदेश का मुख्यमंत्री ये कहे कि हम 1-1 इंच का बदला लेंगे, वहाँ कार्यकर्ता प्रमुख होंगे ही, और जितने भी जो अराजकता हुई है इसके लिए जिम्मेदार यदि कोई है तो मुख्यमंत्री। देश में कहीं पर भी हिंसा की राजनीति नहीं, बंगाल में हिंसा क्यों है? ये कुल मिलाकर ममता जी खुद करवा रही हैं और ममता जी ही इसके लिए जिम्मेदार है।
पार्टी जो पोस्ट पोल वायलेंस है उसमें हमारा कहीं कार्यकर्ता का मौत हो गई है। कल भी एक मालदा इंग्लिश बाजार में हमारा कार्यकर्ता का मौत हो गया है। ममता बनर्जी बिल्कुल यहाँ गुंडागर्दी कर रहा है, माफिया राज चला रहा है, बिल्कुल डेमोक्रेसी नहीं है, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर सिचुएशन आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल है। तो इसीलिए हम लोग बीजेपी जो निर्णय किया है, आज हम शांतिपूर्ण जुलूस निकलेंगे, लाल बाजार तक जाएंगे। जो कार्यकर्ता का मौत हुआ है और जो इतना भयंकर हिंसा हो रहा है, इसका खिलाफ हम लोग आज कलकत्ता का रास्ते पर उतर आए हैं।
In some other news now, the Indian Space Research Organization has announced the date of the launch of Chandrayaan-2 mission. The ISRO chairman Dr. K. Sivan said that Chandrayaan-2 mission will be launched on 15th July early morning in the wee hours at 2:51, while the rover landing on the moon will take place on 6th September. ISRO has earlier released the first pictures of Chandrayaan-2. Chandrayaan-2 has 3 modules, an orbiter, a lander named Vikram and a rover named Pragyan.
Has firmed up the date of launch. It is July 15, early morning, 2 hours 51 minutes is the time of the Chandrayaan mission. July 15th, morning, 2 o'clock and 51 minutes. This is the last date and time for the Chandrayaan 2 mission.
And here's now a ground report by correspondent Aisha Khanam on Chandrayaan 2.
The historic moment for ISRO, historic moment for India. The final touches are being given to the Chandrayaan 2 here, and this is the ISIT assembly center of the satellite Chandrayaan 2, and we see the lander here and the orbiter. The lander is called as Vikram. It is named as Vikram after the scientist Vikram Sarabhai, and this will carry the rover, which is a robot, and this is named as Pragyan. And all the devices, about 14 devices, will be carried along with the Pragyan, which will land on the moon surface. This is a big challenging mission for ISRO, because ISRO is going to land a rover on the surface, the lunar surface, which is not yet explored. The Chandrayaan first has brought in good results for ISRO, and this has been a milestone. This has been a history where it was explored that there are water molecules present, and there are also a presence of snow on the lunar surface. So this second mission will be more challenging with more devices, and the rover will definitely come out with the study of the mineralogy on the lunar surface, and this challenging mission will last for at least 14 days on the lunar surface, because that is the 1 day equivalent to the lunar day. So this challenging and historic moment for ISRO, and this is the first picture that has been unveiled today for the world to see, and this is Chandrayaan, which is going to make Chandrayaan 2, which is going to make history and another milestone in the space technology for India. With cameraman Harish, Aisha Khanam, DD News, Bangalore.
In a major setback to the absconding businessman Nirav Modi, the Royal Courts of Justice in London has denied him bail. This is the fourth time that his bail plea has been rejected. And moving on now to some other news, Prime Minister Modi chairs the meeting of the Union Cabinet in New Delhi. The Prime Minister will also hold the first meeting of the reconstituted Council of Ministers. During the meeting, Prime Minister Modi is likely to outline the roadmap and the action plan of the government. The meeting of the Council of Ministers was a regular feature in the previous tenure of the Narendra Modi government. Earlier on Monday, Prime Minister Modi had interacted with all the secretaries to the government and asked them to prepare a 5-year plan document for each ministry with well-defined targets. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be the leader of the BJP Parliamentary Party Executive Committee, and Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh is the deputy leader of the party in the Lok Sabha, while Thawarchand Gehlot is the leader of the party in the Rajya Sabha. Piyush Goyal is the deputy leader of the party in the upper house of parliament in the Rajya Sabha. And let's now move on to some other news. The National Investigation Agency conducted raids at 8 locations across Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu in connection with the fresh case of the ISL module. The main accused, Muhammad Azharuddin, was a Facebook friend of the mastermind of Sri Lankan bombings, Hashim Zaharan. Also, a radicalized youth arrested by the agency last month from Kerala, Riaz Abu Bakr, is a common thread. The NIA has been closely monitoring the movements of this module for a long time now. The agency is also questioning some people in connection with the case, and some arrests might even follow. Moving on now, Jammu and Kashmir Governor Satyapal Malik held a press conference at Srinagar highlighting the development projects in the valley with good governance, independence, empowerment prevailing in the state.
एक साल में हमने जो 3 हमारे मुद्दे थे, सुशासन, स्वराज, सशक्तिकरण, उसमें अटेंड किया। हमने आते ही पंचायत के चुनाव कराने की घोषणा की, और खुशी की बात यह है कि पूरे चुनाव में एक चिड़िया की भी कैजुअलिटी नहीं हुई। अब जो चुनाव है उसका नतीजा ये है कि पंचायतों को सीधे 600 करोड़ रुपया सेंटर से ऑलरेडी आ चुका है, और 200 करोड़ आने वाला है, 2000 करोड़, 3500 करोड़ म्यूनिसिपैलिटीज को मिलेगा। तनख्वाह हम लोगों ने मेयर की, सब जो सरपंच तक की तनख्वाहें तय कर दी हैं, और इनका स्तर भी तय करेंगे ताकि अफसर इनको रेस्पेक्टफुली ट्रीट करें। एमडीटी के सारे कार्यक्रम हेल्थ के बहुत अच्छे चल रहे हैं। आयुष्मान भारत में हम नंबर 1 हैं देश में। श्रीनगर जम्मू का पूरी तरह से जीर्णोद्धार करने का तय किया गया है। मास रैपिड ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम यहां लागू करेंगे। वो जो एक उसको मिनी मेट्रो जैसी जो चीज होगी, क्योंकि मेट्रो तो थोड़ा अनबिल्ट भी है, वो शुरू करेंगे और उसका डीपीआर तैयार हो गया। 2 अक्टूबर को शिलान्यास हो जाएगा। मास्टर प्लान जम्मू और श्रीनगर दोनों के बन गए हैं। 1 लाख मकान जम्मू और श्रीनगर में नए बनाएंगे, ये हम लोगों ने तय किया है। इसके अलावा झेलम रिवर पर 43 घाट और हाई स्पीड बोट का इंतजाम करेंगे ताकि लोगों को घूमने फिरने की सहूलियत हो। ई बसेज आने वाली हैं आपके यहाँ। ओल्ड बसेस को हटा के नई बसेज आएंगी और फ्लाईओवर जो है इसका फाइनली जून में उद्घाटन हो जाएगा। जम्मू रिंग रोड को का फर्स्ट फेज का इनॉग्रेशन 1 दिसंबर में होगा।
In a major success to Maharashtra police, the top Naxal husband-wife duo have been held by the Maharashtra police. The Maharashtra police has been on the lookout for the couple in connection with another attack in Gadchiroli's Kurkheda area on the 1st of May, in which 15 quick response team personnel and the driver of their vehicle were killed. An official said that Kumar, also known by alias Kiran Dada, and Narmada alias Krishna Kumari were the members of the Naxal State Committee and carried rewards of 25 lakh rupees each on their heads. He dubbed Narmada, a prize catch, as she masterminded or was involved in the planning and executing of major attacks on security personnel in Maharashtra and Chhattisgarh, and Narmada has been on the run for many years. She is also under the Dandakarnanya Special Zonal Committee.
नर्मदा DKSZC रैंक की है, उसका पति भी DKSZC रैंक का है। दोनों के ऊपर 50 लाख का मिला के बख्शीश की अमाउंट, रिवॉर्ड अमाउंट थी। इसको कल दोनों को हमने सिरोंजा से पिकअप करके उनको कल अरेस्ट किया था और उसके बाद कोर्ट के सामने उनको पेश करके उनका PCR भी अभी पुलिस को प्राप्त हुआ है।
News now from Bihar, where a multi-specialist high-level team from the centre has reached Patna to assist the state government in the containment and the management of the rising cases of acute encephalitis syndrome in Muzaffarpur. The experts from the National Centre for Disease Control, National Vector-Borne Disease Control Programme, the Indian Council of Medical Research and the AIIMS Patna are part of the team. The team will ascertain the cause of the death among children. 41 deaths have been reported so far, and 60 children are undergoing treatment at hospitals. The condition of 6 children is said to be serious. The cause of the encephalitis syndrome has also been reported from Vaishali and Samastipur districts in the state. The Ministry of Tribal Affairs has launched 2 portals as part of the e-governance initiatives of the Modi government. The DBT Tribal and the NGO Grants online application will bring greater transparency and efficiency. The students from the scheduled tribes can apply and avail scholarships from the website, and it can be accessed by the state as well as the centre. The NGO portal, developed for implementing scheme of aid of voluntary organizations working for the welfare of the STs, have been fully revamped and redesigned with simplified application form, the inspection report and the fund processing module. Arjun Munda, the Union Minister for Tribal Affairs, Renuka Singh Saruta, MOS for Tribal Affairs, spoke. Listening.
छात्र तक का डेटाबेस और ट्रांसफर डीबीटी का कार्य पूरा कर ले। मैं समझता हूं कि बहुत सारे ऐसे राज्य जो राज्य नहीं कर पाए हैं वो उसे करें, और आगामी दिनों में हम इसके साथ ही ये ट्रैक करने की कोशिश करेंगे कि जो इस मंत्रालय से लाभान्वित हो रहे हैं और शिक्षा प्राप्त कर रहे हैं वो कहां जा रहे हैं।
ये पोर्टल इस समाज को और बच्चों को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए मील का पत्थर साबित होगा। मैं चाहती हूं कि हम सब इसका सही ढंग से अध्ययन करें और उपयोग करें, और जो भी खामियां हैं इसको दूर करने का प्रयास करें।
Moving on now, the Women and Child Development Minister Smriti Irani attended the consultation meeting on developing SOPs on the rescue and rehabilitation of children involved in child labour. The meeting organized by the NCPCR was attended by the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, Law and Justice Ministry, the Ministry of Mines, Labour Ministry, besides officers from State Child Commission of various states. Addressing the gathering, the minister stressed on the need for making more efforts towards the rescue and rehabilitation of the child labour. She also said that this meeting will ensure better and empowered standard operating procedures. Today is the World Day Against Child Labour. Najma Nazir, once a child labourer trying to rescue her family from poverty, yet thanks to the centre's pioneering National Child Labour Project, she is now a confident young woman seeking to make a place for herself in the India of today. Here's a report.
This is Nazma Nazir, a commerce teacher in Dharmapuri district in Tamil Nadu. She was once a child labourer trying to rescue her family from poverty. But thanks to Centre's pioneering National Child Labour Project, she is now a confident young woman seeking to make a place for herself in the India of today.
My name is Nazma Nazir. After 5th standard, I went to work in a silk yarn making unit as my father could not support our family after he fell ill. NCLP officials saved me and provided me special training for 2 years. If I am standing here as a commerce teacher today, the credit is entirely due to the National Child Labour Project and its officials.
Over 16,000 children like her across the state have been rescued from the clutches of bondage and provided special training at centres for child labourers before being admitted to regular schools. Hailing from the town of Palakot, Najma dropped out of school at the age of 10 in 2006 owing to her father's ill health. It was when the officials from National Child Labour Project found her. Speaking to DD News, she said she was forced to halt education halfway and become a child labourer in view of family circumstances. The officials of the NCLP helped her resume her education and become a teacher. Najma points out that she is the first graduate in her family on both her father's and mother's side, and thanks to NCLP scheme for uplifting her to this level. Philip Matthews report for DD News.
The 16th Asia Media Summit began in Cambodia today to deliberate on broadcasting and information. The 3-day summit is being attended by around 600 media representatives from 42 countries and regions. The Cambodian Minister of Information greeted the President of Asia Pacific Institute for Broadcasting Development and Director General All India Radio F. Shariar this morning at the famous Soka Siem Reap Convention Centre. This year, the summit will have discussion on media digitization, focusing on developing markets. Decision makers, media professionals, scholars and the stakeholders of news and programming from Asia Pacific, Africa, Europe, Middle East and North America attended the annual conference.
This year's theme, Media Digitization with a Focus on Developing Markets, offers us an opportunity to take stock of the technological advances around us and the level of digitization, its adoption and usage, as well as impact on the broadcast industry.
And the latest from Sports News now, Rishabh Pant will be joining the Indian team as cover for the injured Shikhar Dhawan in England as they prepare for the next match against New Zealand, that's tomorrow. Rishabh Pant will be reaching England after getting clearance from the BCCI. The Indian team management for now will be monitoring Shikhar Dhawan's recovery, and if they feel it is not going according to plan, then the BCCI will officially request the International Cricket Council, the ICC, for a replacement. Pant meanwhile will join the team and start training straight away. He should be ready in time to come into the Indian playing 11 if needed. And talking about the match today, Pakistan have won the toss and elected to field against Australia in the Cricket World Cup. Openers David Warner and Aaron Finch gave a flying start to the Australian innings as they added 146 runs for the first wicket. Mohammad Amir gave Pakistan their first breakthrough by dismissing Aaron Finch for 61. Steve Smith was promoted up the order but could not do much as he was dismissed by Mohammad Hafiz for 10. Glenn Maxwell made 20 runs before being removed by Shaheen Afridi. David Warner made a fantastic knock of 107 runs. Australia were batting at 260 for the loss of 4 wickets when reports last came in. And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of the news. Thanks for being with us.